Well, the Greek island of Samos was flooded by a tsunami shortly after the earthquake. This video posted on social media shows the moment people were forced to run from that deluge of water which quickly inundated the town. Authorities say that the damage was widespread. Well, let's discuss this further. I'm joined now by Fareid Atta, who's a journalist based on Samos and was there when the deluge hit. Thank you for speaking to us here on BBC News. OK, tell us what happened when you felt the earthquake and how soon it was before the water came through.
So, yes, the earthquake happened around 2:40 local time here. And shortly after, I made my way to the seafront and realised that the ground was wet and there had already been a splash. And about 10 minutes after that, roughly, the sea started to rise and little waves were forming, and that's when it all started, really.
I know that where you are, you're on a fault line. Has anything ever been experienced like this on the island in recent history?
I mean, this is the biggest earthquake since the early 1900s, I believe, in Greece.
Okay.
And it's a real shock because there are many different issues going on in this island. A migrant crisis, COVID, and now this. The locals and the refugee population are absolutely kind of in shock.
Okay, we can see the flooding, Fareid. So just talk us through the damage.
So yes, the damage is quite extensive along the seafront. As you walk through the centre of town, there's smashed glass everywhere, and in the interior of buildings you can see visible cracks and walls falling in. So yes, I mean it's the actual wave actually kind of made its way up the town itself, and it was stopped from going uphill, obviously because Vathy is on quite an incline, but it would have got a lot further if it wasn't for that incline. But the damage is quite extensive, and many businesses will be going under after this, I'm afraid, quite literally.
Have you got any details on the numbers of people injured and what's happening to them now, and local residents who've had to leave buildings?
So, as of yet, there have been 2 fatalities. In terms of how many people had to leave buildings, it's in the hundreds. There's still a lot of information coming back at the moment from the field explaining that. But yeah, it's not clear at the moment the total numbers that have had to leave their houses, but 2 died earlier on in the day. And that's confirmed. But yes, in terms of how many people have had to be evacuated, that number isn't available yet, I'm afraid.
OK, Fareid, we'll leave it there for now, but thank you very much for that update. Thank you, Fareid Atta there, speaking to us from Samos.